Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play WazHack. We've been playing with Florence the Unseen, who's been, so far, a surprisingly successful thief character. I added character there because I was about to say she's been a surprisingly successful thief, but actually she hasn't really stolen anything. So we're in a position where we're wearing a cloak of invisibility, we're wearing some jumping boots. We've kind of given up on using the shield and sword because for some reason things keep becoming unequipped. There's probably a mechanism there that I'm not grasping. And it's possible that someone has actually explained it in the comments of one of the previous videos. But I'm actually recording 3 today because I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling relatively energetic in a WazHack sense. So I've actually been recording episodes back to back. So if you commented on one of the previous episodes, I won't have been able to see it yet. So, we also have some gems. These firestones, we nearly expended one earlier, but grabbed it again when we almost got killed by the queen bee. That was nasty. And the firestone bounced too far away, so it would at least have killed us as well as the bee, and possibly not even the bee and just us. So we have a couple of lamps. Don't know what the situation with those is. A pretty healthy supply of food. This uncursed oval amulet. We've been carrying that around for ages. Still don't know what it is. We are somewhat lacking in identify scrolls. An identify book would be very useful, so we can actually cast identify. But I've only ever seen those very rarely in all my episodes. So what have we got here? Don't want the splint mail. I'll take the gems, and the potion of healing, of course, is vitally important. I'm going to leave create monster, just so I don't accidentally use it. Blue portal stone. That's interesting. So somewhere a blue portal stone and an orange portal stone have actually been dropped and formed a portal, which is interesting. Let's back away from him and then try to shoot him from a distance. See, we've actually got our silence. Look at all those arrows through his face. That's disgusting. We've actually got our silence ability up to maximum, which is 70% silence. And that means that we can do things like that. Oh, hell! We need to get away from that spider. Levitation. I know it's on the ladder at the moment, but... Okay. If we can just dodge around... Shit me. Okay. We need to teleport out of here. Now. And into a shop, which is not what I was looking for, but it'll do. Christ on a bike! There's a gargoyle here. Okay, well I think first thing we need to do is have some sleep. You're beginning to feel hungry. Well, fine, I'll scarf down some cheese. And a pear. Oh man, I hope that gargoyle doesn't wake up. Alright. Let's see what we can buy from this guy. No healing potions. Potion of fireproofing could have its uses, but I didn't really want to spend all my money on that. Identify, yes. It's only one identify. Oh, and a scroll of teleport. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's buy those. And simply because we're carrying so much crap. I know we haven't identified them, so they're not worth that much money, but I'm going to get rid of a lot of our gems just to try and clear up our weight issue here. I'll get rid of the bag, get rid of one of the lamps. No? Apparently I can only get rid of both or neither, which is kind of weird. I guess I'll keep those then. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Alright, now we need to identify some stuff. So, identify. First up, let's identify this amulet. Amulet of Reflection. That's actually useful to know. It will bounce certain kinds of spells back, in the way that spells sometimes bounce off the dwarfs. This will provide that effect for us as well. I'm hoping we can get past the gargoyle. I mean, we're sneaking very effectively, and we have super jumping ability as a result of our boots. But actually, we can also levitate if we cast the right spell. So we might be better off just floating over it. What is this thing even? Quivering blob. That's not very descriptive. Okay, let's cast levitation and get up here and just hammer it from the air. Hopefully we'll be able to retrieve all these arrows, because we're expending a hell of a lot. Okay. Right, we actually can't pick our arrows back up as long as we're sleeping. Floating, rather. So let's sleep so it wears off. Okay. And then we will pick up our arrows, like this. Wow, we really didn't get many back. Okay. There they mostly are. Not going to steal from the shop. I'm tempted to try jumping over the gargoyle, but actually I'm going to just levitate. And escape. Oh no. Forcing the door will wake the gargoyle up. I'm sure of it. Crap. So if you try to kick a door down while you're levitating, you actually just bounce off it. That's an interesting side effect. Alright, well let's have a rest. Until we stop levitating. Let's eat, because we're getting hungry. And then let's kick the door open. Shoot the poisonous blob thing. Run away from the gargoyle. Grab the arrow. And then levitate. Oh, hell. Get away from me, vampire bat. I've got my hands full with a gargoyle. Can do without your nonsense. Wow, okay. Apparently we're taking millions of hits. So, let's teleport the vampire bat away first. Drink a potion of healing. And then, for all I know, the gargoyle has ranged attacks. So, we need to be very careful how we do this. First, it's very tempting to polymorph it. Very tempting. Let's wand of probing it first. The gargoyle is alert. It doesn't say anything about weaknesses or anything. Okay. Let's magic missile it. I only did 6 damage. That's not tremendously useful. Alright, let's try with the bow, I guess. Wow, we're only inflicting 1 to 2 health per hit. We might never kill it at this rate. Whoa, whoa, don't descend. Accidentally clicked there. Misclick. Okay, millions of enemies. You know what? You know what? If they're going to keep this up, why is everyone running away? Are they scared of me levitating? I was about to say, you know what? If they're going to just stand there below me, I'll drop a firestone on them. Whoa, you cheeky bastard. How dare you? Alright. I'm going to do that. Going to do it. Drop a firestone. Oh, both of them? That's not what I meant to do. Oops. Oh well, here we go. Oh, oh, they fucking picked them up. Alright, let's polymorph the gargoyle. Okay, that's at least a bit more manageable. Now, magic missile. And hopefully, we'll at least be able to do some substantial damage against these assholes. And then maybe finish them off while we're still airborne. I mean, look at how little health we have. We really need to... we really need to make the best use we can of our slight advantage here. because he might choose to throw things at us again. And remember, we can't retrieve any of our arrows until we stop levitating. So we might soon find ourselves in danger of running out of projectiles. Apparently everyone's running away from us. It seems that levitation has some kind of fear effect. Die. Die. Down you go. Down you go. God damn it. I mean, at least we've dealt with the gargoyle, because the blue blob is now dead. Oh, hell. I think I'm out of arrows. No, I've still got 20 left. Must have just run out of the batch that I had equipped before. And the red back is still there as well. Somewhere down there are our discarded firestones. Not sure who picked them up. Could have been the orc. Could have been the dwarf. Could have been the blob. Well, what was the gargoyle and is now a blob. I can't see the firestones around anywhere. I know I'm a bit hungry, but I'm going to wait until levitation wears off and see if I can eat the remains of some of these creatures here, rather than wasting some of the bread we're carrying. Okay, he got the firestones. I can't pick them up because I'm levitating. I can't stop myself levitating before they blow up. All I can do is stay out of the way and hope they don't destroy all my arrows. If they destroy all my arrows, god damn. Wait, I can get one. I can get one. Shit, I probably can't get the other one. Grab the arrows, grab the arrows. I probably don't have enough health to survive if the other one hits me. Holy shit. If I'd known I only had a couple of seconds left, I'd... God damn it! Oh, oh, of all the horrendous ways to go. If I'd known I was that close to running out of levitation, I'd have just dropped in between the two stones and picked them both up. God. I suppose I should have just floated around in the middle instead of pulling off to one side, but oh my god. Alright, well. At least it seems like we're getting a few more of these multi-episode runs back. For a while there, it was becoming a real struggle making any of them last more than one episode. As we have a look at my items here, I'm going to take a swig of my delicious Earl Grey. Most of these we already knew. Okay, worthless glass is to be expected. They were just oil lamps, no genies there. Uncursed amulet of reflection we knew about. Those were potions of ink. So I'd been hoarding them in case we needed them to get a cursed weapon out of our hands, but in fact they were ink, not oil, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. Oh, I wonder if potion of fireproofing probably wouldn't have helped that much with the firestone. Not enough to save us, but I didn't think of that. I didn't think of trying that. That could have been our last action before the firestone blew up, perhaps. Although actually picking up the other firestone was our last action. So there wasn't time to drink it anyway. Probably should have teleported away. On reflection, I panicked, and it's very easy to panic and to forget that actually you have as much time as you need to look at everything you're carrying and see what you can do. I think I was so relieved to have got through that mass of monsters that I just wanted it to be over, and I got flustered. I was still flustered from the enemies, and then I was additionally flustered by the firestones suddenly becoming active. And I got careless. I probably should have just teleported myself away and let the firestones detonate. Then again, I mean, I don't know whether the explosion would have destroyed the arrows that were lying around. If they had, we'd have been screwed, because the bow and arrow was our main form of defence. But still, probably should have teleported away. But that's how roguelikes work, isn't it? You learn from your previous mistakes. And And no one plays perfectly. If you played perfectly the first time, or even the first 100 times, then there would be no point playing, because you would just get to the end of the game immediately. It's about a game of gradually improving, learning and refining. So, let's start up a new character here. I was having a pretty good time with the thief, to be honest. I felt like that was going fairly well, but at the same time I feel like it was going fairly well, not necessarily because we were using the thief. I mean, I appreciate the stealth ability. That did allow us to strike a fair number of surprise critical hits. But I don't feel like other aspects of the thief were that useful. So, what do we want to do? Maybe try the rogue, but I'm not entirely convinced by the rogue either. He's just like a less stealthy version of the thief. Tempting to try the wizard or the white witch. But you know what? I think I'm going to go for one of the melee characters here. The barbarian. Strength 20, Constitution 20. Not so bothered about intelligence, so I'll put a couple of points into charisma instead. Yeah, okay. That'll do. Adristifer the Mighty, Chaotic Good Barbarian. Let's do it. Now, Dog just belly flopped down into the dungeon. That's a loot of charming. I don't know what is a loot of charming, but there you go. So, we have 3 loaves of bread, greatsword, and battle axe. You know what? I always kind of just stick with whatever is the default weapon. We could dual wield them. Seriously? No. No, we couldn't. Let's switch to the battle axe, just because we usually stick with the great sword when we're playing the barbarian. Our dog is fighting goblins, but we did it better than he did. Better not get killed. Better not get killed. If you get killed this early in the game, I will kick your dead ass. Alright. He's been identifying cursed things for us, so that's something. I'll leave the kobold innards. You know what? I'll eat the kobold innards. See if we can actually cultivate resistance to poison. I'm going to take the non-cursed, or at least the crude daggers that we don't definitely know are cursed, if you see what I mean. Just in case I need to throw them at, one of those poison globes or something. Because playing a melee character, coming across those poisonous globes kind of becomes an issue. Okay, so what are we now carrying? Red gem, goblin innards, some potions, lamp. Fine. I'm going to name my pet. And I'm going to name him... I don't know. What are we called? Adristifer. So I'm going to call him the Missing Chris for our name. Because we're not called Christopher, we're called Adristifer, so he can be Chris to make it the difference. Let's just quaff some potions, shall we? Potion of acid. And extra healing. Well, at least we've identified 2 potentially useful potions there. Kobold innards. We actually didn't get poisoned, so that's nice. And I'll eat the goblin innards before they start to go bad. Wow. You know, when you haven't been the barbarian or vandal for a while, and you start playing with them again, you feel incredibly powerful as you just smack down enemies in 1 or 2 hits. Okay. We'd better rest a bit, actually. We took a surprising amount of damage just there. See, I suppose this is the downside. Obviously, part of the downside is that you aren't really much of a magic user or anything. But the other one is you have quite low dexterity, surprisingly for someone who fights for a living. Again, I'll take a crude dagger, in case you find it useful for throwing purposes. Have a bit of a rest. I can't remember what talents are available to the barbarian, but we'll check that out the next time we level up. I know we could look at them now, but I don't care enough. I'll just wait for the level up. Tiger Eye Ring, Wooden Broadsword. I'll just take all this stuff, basically. Do I have anything that might be worth identifying? There's the ring. Okay, so let's try out some scrolls. Identify. Ring first, because we don't have any wands. Cursed ring of fire resistance. And we're probably not going to be able to do anything with the spellbook. So let's identify one of the other scrolls. Uncursed scroll of fire. Well, I'm glad we found that. Now we know what scrolls of fire look like, because that's always the fear whenever we're blindly reading a scroll. I mean, not blindly, otherwise we wouldn't be able to read it, but that wasn't even funny. But you know what I mean. Whenever we're reading a scroll that's not identified, the danger is that it could be a scroll of fire. That's perhaps the biggest danger in that. So now we've identified the scrolls of fire. I mean, it's not an enormous game-changing advantage, but it is an advantage that could prevent us being killed at some point. Okay. Now, it has been suggested that we pile some points into weapon knowledge. So, let's do that. I'm not convinced that it's a good play, but let's give it a go. No, I don't want to deal with that. I want to get something out of the chest. A couple of wands. If you include this one that's on the floor. And of course we could do with identifying those, but we don't have an identify at the moment. That scroll was nothing. I mean, it was something, but something that's not applicable at the moment. Invisible goblin doesn't scare me. Ah, another identify. So, let's immediately use that on these wands. Find out what they are so we know what our emergency resources are. Wand of Make Invisible. Doesn't interest me all that much, to be frank. Okay, let's eat the bat meat. And the jackal meat from our pocket. What about this? Hackamoosh. Magic mapping. Fine. I mean, not exactly my first choice of scroll, but it's fine. Okay. What about you? Meat? Any meat? Yes, meat. We probably shouldn't eat any more from this point, though, because we'd be in danger of choking ourselves. Let's get stuff out of here. I'll take the whistle, considering how many times we were, in serious danger of permanently losing our pet as the thief. In fact, we did lose our pet in the end, but that was because he just stood still. So there wasn't a lot that could be done about that. Not sure if a whistle would have helped. Let's see what he has for sale. Some rings and stuff. No identify scroll, so I'm probably just going to leave it. Nah, I'll buy a clear potion, I think. Just see what it does. Might as well try some of the other potions as well. Fireproofing. Sleeping. Come on, up you get. Bottle of booze. Potion of levitation. I mean, that's a bit of a nuisance because we're going to have to wait until it wears off, but it's okay. I'm actually going to put on the Cursed Ring of Fire Resistance because although it's cursed, at least it's cursed with a positive effect. And we can probably find a way of removing it in a while, when it becomes more pressing to do so. Of course, we're not going to be able to pick anything up off the floor. Chris disappears. I think that's a teleport. No, it's an invisibility trap. So we now just have an invisible dog. Okay. You wouldn't want to see that guy floating over your head, swinging downwards at you with his gigantic battle axe. That must have been terrifying for the poor goblin/rat combo. Okay, we can't take a second level of weapon knowledge yet. We need to take something else first. We don't have a shield. I mean, we might get one later, which would make that more useful. But I think I'm going to take mycology. That's another one that I haven't really done much with. And looking at it, making healing potions from red mushrooms. I mean, I can't remember the last time we saw any red mushrooms, but I'm curious. I am curious. And healing potions would be useful. Okay, so let's just pick up this gem. I mean, perhaps I should have waited until... stop that. Perhaps I should have waited until I knew whether we were going to see any red mushrooms, but... Frankly, we could be waiting forever and not know, or we could find millions of red mushrooms and have not spent the appropriate... or talent points on the appropriate talent and then just be kind of stuck. God damn it! Why can't I hit this thing? Pet, help me out here. Pet! Help me out! Wow. Okay, apparently no one can hit this spider. I'm going to try out the fat wand. Magic missile. Okay, do I have any healing potions? No, no potions at all, in fact. Die, will you? Seriously. I don't know if that was a glitch or a bug or it was meant to be like that, but did you notice how neither I nor my dog could even hit that spider? That's pretty weird. That is pretty weird, right? Anyway. Now that horror's over. At least we found that that wand is magic missile, and it's not cursed. I mean, it's a shame that we wasted 3 magic missile charges just on a spider, but I didn't feel like we had much other choice there, many other options. Now, we do have another identify scroll. Of course, we have actually already identified that wand through use. We don't know how many charges there are, though, so it could still be useful identifying it properly. I'm undecided. I'm kind of on the fence about that. So let's just leave it for now and see if we come across anything that would be a more useful expenditure of our identify scroll. Let's take level 2 weapon knowledge. You can identify the quality of a weapon by using it. Of course, we haven't really found any new weapons yet, so there's that. We might be... Yeah, apparently we just can't hurt spiders. I said killing it. Okay, sickle. Black potion. Alright, let's drink the black potion. Potion of ink. Kind of thought it might be. Have a rest. Yeah, I don't feel tremendously optimistic about this run. We might have been choosing talents that are completely inappropriate to the things we're picking up in this run. I mean, we haven't found any red mushrooms, and we haven't really found that much in the way of weapons other than crude daggers. So possibly mycology and weapon knowledge are bad choices, but we'll see, I guess. So, let's take something more immediately useful to us. Let's take Mighty Blows for the knockback effect, because that buys you a little bit of breathing room. I can throw a weapon at this thing, but if it's cursed, then we're stuck with it. No, it's fine. Not cursed at all. And we'll take the blue mushrooms. We, so far anyway, can't use the blue mushrooms to make any potions. We don't have a suitable level of the mycology talent, but I think at some point we will be able to if we keep going down that route. We've got a few identify scrolls and we picked up another wand, so it's probably worth us actually trying to identify some stuff here. And we have some items of jewellery if we get free uses. So, where are our new wands? I'm sure we got some new wands, didn't we? Maybe not. Oh well, in that case, let's identify our twisted ring. Uncursed ring of gain strength, so that's okay. Okay, what else do I want to identify? How about the lamps? Uncursed oil lamp. And we've got another identifier as well. Red gem. Worthless glass. So that was kind of wasteful, but never mind. I'm sure we picked up another wand. Oh well. Oh, okay, it's just another wand of make invisible, that's why. Alright, fine. might as well put on the Uncursed Ring of Gain Strength. So we're now wearing Fire Resistance and Gain Strength, which is fine. Not a bad combination of effects. And a carrot. Okay. So, we should head down to the next floor. But as we stand here among the corpses of our slain enemies, I'm going to call it a day there. Thanks for watching as always. Watching the demise of our promising thief run, but at least now we seem to be building up a fairly solid barbarian performance here. I don't feel great about it, but we're doing okay, I think. The lack of teleport options is worrying me a bit, but we'll see if we can address that the next time. Thanks for watching, and rejoin me the next time to see how the barbarian run pans out. Until then, bye for now.